Hey folks, haven't made a vid in a while, but wanted to do another one on starting aids since my previous videos from years back. It's come to my attention and from personal experience that Wd40 is no longer as effective as a starting aid. So I'm gonna just shoot a couple shots into the intake there to kind of prove this. I know some others have done videos on this. I just wanted to do it on my channel since I continue to get questions and people continue to ask me. Some might say, well, why wouldn't you open up the intake box all the way to spray it directly in turbo? Because when I get out of work or when I go to start my truck in the morning, let's say I forgot to plug it in or can't plug it in, I'm just going to pop off my intake tube and go to try to start the truck if the glow plug cycling is not firing off. I've come into issues this winter where I had a glow plug short out and it's not keeping my glow plugs on long enough. So that noise you hear is just my fast fuel pump running because I have my key on. So if it does start with the starting aid, it should just fire right up. This isn't very scientific, it's just seeing what works and what doesn't. Now, since my glow plugs are cold, it should be hard to start. It's about 23 degrees, so we'll see what happens. I am going to bump it off the relay there on the passenger fender. Without further ado, we're going to try, let's see, Wd40 and this stuff from like the dollar store called Spray Lube, like a knockoff WD. I'm not endorsed anyway by either company. Just throwing that out there so the video doesn't get taken down or some weird YouTube reason, but let's try this. So, got it set in the spray nozzle. It's exactly what I would do if I just got out of work. I'm not going to test starting fluid because we know starting fluid works. I'm not going to test brake cleaner since people put out videos already that we know brake cleaner works. So here's WD. I want to give it a good healthy spray. Alright. Now I'm going to try to bump it. Let's see what happens. I'll try it again. Should have popped off by now if it was going to. I'm not gonna take my intake box all apart after work unless I absolutely have to. So some people can disagree with how I'm doing this. I'm just showing you what I would do if it was me and I had to do this. Powerhouse Spray Lube. Nothing. Okay. I'm going to do the gas rag technique since I have a little bit of gas here. We'll see if that'll do it. Now, I'm going to put it in front of the intake box there because if it does fire off with a gas rag, it won't get sucked into my turbo because it'd have to make it past that, what do you call it, that foam piece and the air filter and all that. So it's not going to get past that. So I'm going to pause it, wet down a gas rag, and I'm going to try that. Okay, I soaked that rag pretty thoroughly. I set it right there in the intake box. I'm going to try to bump the truck off that. Doesn't even look like that wants to work. Try it again. Now it sounds like it wants to a little bit more with the gas rag. It could just also be from the cylinders warming up from cranking, because we obviously know, or if you don't already know, that diesels fire off of compression, not a spark like a gasoline engine, obviously. So, let me try another cranking cycle. Maybe I can get it to fire. Again, this is nothing scientific. I'm just showing you that I couldn't get it to instantly fire off like you would with starting fluid, as it does with either. Or whatever. Alright. Well, there's that. So, I'm not saying the gas rag won't work, but if I was in a pinch after work, I more than likely would not be tearing apart my entire intake box just to get to the turbo to do that. Especially when it's cold and freezing or sub-zero temps. Now my glow plugs are off. I'm going to grab a can of starting fluid real quick, just show you. We'll start with that. Alright. I don't need a lot of this stuff. Just a little bit. A couple quick sprays should do the trick. You don't want to drown it with it, because you can vapor lock it if you spray too much. Pretty much instantly. Now, it could have just been the fact that it's already warmed up, but that pretty much happens every single time. So there you go. Some, I don't know, continuation of starting tips, whatever you want to call it. Wd40 wasn't working. The knockoff spray lube stuff didn't work. The gas rag couldn't even work. But I have heard of success with the gas rag. They changed the chemical combination on the Wd40. So, some people are going to argue about it, but for whatever reason, for me and many others, Wd40 don't seem to work anymore. Alright, thanks for watching again. Have a good one. Stay warm.